Hey everyone, Sheila here from Life with Pets. So today is the day we introduce our new goldfish. If my voice sounds a bit funny, it's because I have a bit of a cold, so I do apologise for that. So we did go to a local store and we were wanting to try and find a goldfish. I knew exactly what I wanted, and to be honest, I honestly didn't think that we would find one. However, I couldn't believe it when there were two to choose from, and this is the one that we chose. And can you get over the likeness? The first picture is our new one and the second fish is Belfin, probably around the same age. So we brought her home and let her settle overnight. We did put her in Belfin's old tank, and we decided that that is what we would do the quarantine in, as he had his other one set up, so he was able to go into that one, and obviously she was in this one here, and she got straight to work going through all the sand, seeing if she could find food. In comparison to Belfin, she has a huge mouth. He seems to have like this little tiny round hole, but she has this gaping big mouth. Boy, can she down her food. The water is looking really foul right now, and that's just simply because I have added medication. For quarantine we usually do a general cure and erythromycin, and obviously because she would be long term going in with Belfin, then I wanted to make sure that we had a good sort of quarantine process with her, because obviously Belfin has been with us for a long time, and so we don't want anything to go wrong there. So this is actually the general cure that I used. I didn't have any of the erythromycin left, so I couldn't show you that. Of course, Belfin wanting to say hi as soon as you're near the tank. So the general cure we use does take care of most things. The biggest thing with goldfish is usually gill flukes. Most goldfish do have them. It's just one of those things within the hobby, and so when you get a new goldfish, it is ideal to do the quarantine process and then put them through several rounds of medication. So that is what we did with her. We did a round, and then I think I waited 3 or 4 days, and then I did a second treatment, and then at that point I waited a bit longer again. I think the total length of time was about 2.5 weeks, and then she was then able to go in with Belfin. So this tank, if you didn't see the previous video, is a 40-gallon breeder, so it is a perfect size for 2 goldfish, especially when they are going to get very large. Belfin is about 6.5 to 7 inches from the tip of his nose to the end of his tail, and it's funny because when we were in the store, I thought that the new one was going to be about as big as Belfin was. I just didn't have any concept of how big he was, because in the store she looked absolutely huge. And so we were so shocked when they went in the tank together, and he was actually so much bigger than she is. I am sure she'll eventually catch him up, because he is growing. He still is growing, but he is obviously going to grow a lot slower now than she potentially will. So hopefully we'll see a growth spurt in her, especially now she's in good conditions with excellent food. So her colouring is just like Belfin's was, and I am hoping that she will turn into the lemon head that he has turned into. However, we have noticed that since we've got her, she has started to get a lot darker, so which is actually what he did. He was sort of the colour that she is now when we got her, and then he went very dark, and then he then sort of graduated to the colour he is now. So I'm hoping that she is going to turn out the way he does, or that she gets really dark black and stays that colour. So she is technically right now anyway a blue Oranda, just like Belfin was, but he's turned into the lemon head, which is actually very common. Sometimes the blues, they don't hold their colour and they end up as lemon heads, and I think that potentially that's what she's going to do as well. You can see the lemon in the head already, and on her bottom, sort of underneath, as her stomach goes round, you can also see the white scaling there as well. So I honestly didn't think I would find another one that was like him, so I was absolutely thrilled when I went into the store and there she was. So we were originally going to give her a boy's name, even though we didn't know whether she was going to be a boy or a girl. We'd picked out the name Caliver, but it became very apparent very, very quickly that it was a girl. Not long after going into the tank, they were just completely inseparable, and Belfin, all his breeding stars came out sort of down the side of his head and the gills, and so that made it very, very clear. We already knew he was definitely a boy. However, obviously with her we didn't know, and it can be very difficult to sex them, and I wasn't about to do that, so we were just going to give her a boy's name and just say it was a boy. However, Belfin soon showed us that that was not the case, and so we decided to change the name from Caliver to Callie. So we now have a Belfin and Callie, and we're going to spell that, I think, probably Callie. They are absolutely inseparable. Sometimes it's like watching synchronized swimming, because the two of them will just do everything identically together. So Belfin is so happy to finally have a friend, and obviously we're very happy that we have another goldfish in the family as well. So many of you asked about the plants that were in Belfin's tank, and I said I would add a link. Unfortunately, they didn't come in time for me to be able to do that. However, they came in today, and so I will leave a link in the description box below for them, and they are actually up on our website now. If we do sell out, because we did have a lot of interest, I do have more on the way, although it will be likely a few more weeks. So if they do show out, then just use the notify when back in stock option. So let me quickly show you these plants. We have 3 different sizes. They are approximately 10 inches, 14 inches and 16 inches in size. They do come with a suction cup on the back, and also they do have like a little tag on the top. I'm not quite sure why they've got that, so you do need to remember to make sure that you cut that off. They are a plastic plant, so like the vine at the back is plastic. However, the plants themselves, or the leaves, are very, very soft, and so these are ideal for a tank. Belfin and Callie love rooting around in these plants, so it has sort of given some enrichment for them. Also, I do think with there being the different sort of sizes of them, then you can really make something nice in a tank. They are also ideal for reptile tanks as well. So let me know in the comments box below what you think of Callie. Belfin now has somebody to challenge him for the spotlight. We all know how much he loves to be in front of the camera. The one thing I was so worried about with getting another fish was that he would lose his personality, because once he was an only fish, he became such a character. And I was so scared that he would actually go back to the way he used to be. However, thankfully, he is still as in our face as always, and just spunky and just as lovable as ever. So I am so relieved about that. But he does now have somebody to challenge him for the spotlight, and it'll be interesting to see what he thinks of that. Also, let me know in the comments box what videos you would like to see with these two. I do get asked a lot about filtration and also cleaning a goldfish tank, so I may do some updated videos on that, but go ahead and leave some suggestions in the comments box below. That would be really helpful, so that I can maybe cater the videos to what you guys actually want to see. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this cute couple. I think they're absolutely adorable, and I'm sure we'll get to make a lot of fun videos with them. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this. By hitting that notification bell, then you will know when we upload. Alright guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.